So tell me, maybe you guys can't hear me. All right, well, hey Landry, Matt, okay. Can you hear me? I'll start when you guys, okay, that heart, I'm gonna take that heart as y'all can hear me. All right, so we're just gonna get started. So if you have any pillows and blankets and things like that, so you can prop up under your butt and be comfortable, we're gonna start in a seated position. So I just want you guys to be in a comfortable seat. And if this is comfortable for you, if you want to sit like that or like that, some people like the knees, just be where you can, sweet, thanks, where you're comfortable. Because we're going to start out with some breathing and seated meditation. And I don't want you guys to be moving around uncomfortably if we can avoid that. Plus, we're at home, so use all the goodies you got to make yourself feel better. All right, so it was kind of a hectic morning for me. I was trying to get Zoom together and Facebook Live, and Zoom just didn't work, so we're just doing Facebook Live, which is fine. So let's all just find that nice seat. Take a deep breath in. Let it all out. And try to relax. Try to feel your shoulders melt down a little bit. Feel yourself ground down into the floor a little bit. And just slow it down. So I was working on some things for class today or yesterday, and I went on a little hike. And I don't know if you guys saw my story, but I saw a bear yesterday, which I obviously didn't video it because I wasn't planning on seeing a bear in the woods, even though that's where they live. But I was walking along and I saw a huge freaking bear. It was probably 7 feet tall. I walked around the corner of the trail and came upon it. I was about 15 feet from a tree. I heard a rustle, and then the bear stood up over the tree, saw me, and booked off the one way, and I booked off the other way. And I wasn't scared. I was startled, but thinking on it afterwards, I was like, yeah, that's pretty dangerous. Don't be an idiot. But I went and looked up a lot of things about bears after that because I thought it was like a symbol. And basically, like bears, if you think about them, they represent strength, courage, confidence, and they can also represent an element of self-care, indulgence. If you think about a bear eating honey boo-boo and Yogi Bear. And then a bear can also represent healing. And if you think about them hibernating, they take that time away from the forest, away in winter, to be away from everybody and come back in the spring, and they're renewed. It's almost a sense of resurrection if you want to look at it in the Christian sense, a sense of rebirth and transformation. So if we can take those ideas and things that represent a bear, I thought that was kind of a symbol for us this week, and it works for us going through the coronavirus right now. We need some courage. We need strength during this time, and we need confidence so we don't, so others can look up to us, and when we're strong, others can be strong, and we can lift ourselves up. And so using this bear totem or this bear medicine can actually help us during this time. So that's going to be our goal through class. We're going to think of a bear, think of being strong, present, and then also think of the self-care, the internal parts. So let's come to our seat. You can close your eyes and take a deep breath in. And take another deep breath in through the nose. open your mouth and let it all out. Feel yourself kind of melt into the earth. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. Feel your face melting, your jaw relaxing. And if you can, breathe in through the nose, out through the nose throughout this practice, that would be ideal. But if you have allergies and other issues going on, breathe how you're comfortable. Make sure you're getting the most oxygen, the most air. Sit up a little taller. Pretend your head is going up to the sky. Feel the shoulders fall away from the ears. Give your toes a little wiggle and feel alive in the seat. And continue to breathe. Let your jaw unclench. Let your face and skin be supple and smooth. And really start to connect to your breath and how it's making your body feel. With each breath, just feel yourself melting and relaxing a little bit more. Lick your lips and let the lines of your forehead be soft. Let your breath be deep and resemble that bear in hibernation. Long, drawn out breaths in and out. If your mind starts to wander off, just bring it back to your body, starting that breath at the base of the spine and letting it float all the way up the belly, the chest, the throat, up your face, and hold that breath at the top of your head. And slowly exhale, release that breath all the way back down from where it came. See if you can really slow down the breath and draw it out, lengthening it. Gently open our eyes. Take our hands to our knees. We'll start some seated cat-cows. So inhale, chin forward, chest forward. Exhale, shrug the shoulders. You can use your knees to pull, so you pull the shoulder blades. And we'll just do seated cat-cows. So inhale forward, exhale back. And really breathe into the shoulder blades and release any tension with that breath. So I'm leaning forward, exhale, shrug back. So we're getting all that upper spine warmed up. And throughout class, let's just try to remember to use our full breaths to release any tension, release any tightness. If you feel something, a little knot in a shoulder blade, really breathe, focus, and direct that breath to that area. And on your exhale, release it. So each breath is releasing a little bit more tension. Lovely. All right, let's start to circle around. You can go slow. Feel the little stretches in your belly. You can pop a shoulder. Since you're at home, you can do any kind of weird little movements that feel good to you. Now, don't stretch too far or hurt yourself. Let's switch directions. But if it feels good, do it. That's generally what I would say. And that's what I've been doing with myself in this new pregnancy time. All right. Come on up to a seat. Left fingertips down to the ground. Right fingers up and over. Take that nice side stretch. Notice if you want to stretch in front of your face, we're trying to open up. So we'd rather reach up. Let the hand come over the ear. Have a bright chest. Feel the full side body opening. Gaze up. Exhale, gaze down and release. Right fingertips down, left up and over. Feel that full side stretch. Lengthening of the body. Gaze it up. Exhale, release, look down. We're going to stretch our arms out. Take your front wrist, stretch it the opposite way. Feel the stretch in the forearms. We'll do that with each finger. Thumb, stretch it. Pointer finger, stretch it. Middle finger, stretch it. Ring finger and pinky. Do that a couple times. Get those wrists, those fingers alive. I know we got to get on Facebook. This is like countering all our internet activities. All right, other side. Stretch that wrist. Thumb. Fingers. Middle finger. Ring. And you'll feel the little muscles go up into the forearm. So just get that going on. All right, we're going to do a couple little warming breaths. So we're going to inhale, shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, drop them. Inhale up, exhale, drop. And you can do it kind of forcefully. Feel your shoulders really drop. Almost as if each exhale is letting more tension release out of the shoulders. So let it drop. Squeeze them to ears. Let it drop. Breaking up any tensions in those shoulders. I know I'm not the only one with tight shoulders, messed up burdens that we're holding on to. All right, we're going to squeeze everything tight, tight, tight. Squeeze your face, squeeze your shoulders up. Belly button it to spine. Even curl those toes under. Everything's tight, tight, tight as much as you can. And then on the exhale, drop it all down. Release. Feel the weight of the world drop off your shoulders. Feel everything melt. We're going to do that 2 more times. So get everything tight. A little ball. Face clenching. Shoulders up. We're just like this tight little hardened piece of human. And then we're going to exhale. Drop it all out. Let the burdens of the world roll off. Last one. Make it your best. Inhale. Squeeze up. Shoulders up. Face clenched. Jaw clenched. Toes curled under. Faces clenched. Belly button tight, tight, tight. And a little ball. And exhale. Drop it all out. All right. Let's make our way to tabletop. So move out any blankets out of the way. Hands under shoulders. Knees under hips. We're gonna do regular cat-cows. So inhale, gaze forward, belly drops. Exhale, spine high. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, spine high. So we're gonna take about a minute to do that. So just find your cat-cows. Breathing, creating space in the spine as you work. And you can add side sways and press back. Take this minute to just kind of play around. If you need to bend the elbows or just do regular cat-cows. Take some nice deep breaths here. I'm going to turn on some music. And just keep breathing, picturing space in between each vertebrae. They say age is measured by the flexibility of the spine. So if you can keep that spine loose and limber, then you're going to live longer and be more youthful. All right. Stick that right foot straight out behind you. Point the toe or flex the foot. Left foot's hand's going to go straight out. So foot and hand. We're going to reach up and then tuck in. Reaching high, kicking high, tucking in. Switch sides. Right hand out, left foot out. Reach and tuck. Last one. And release. Sit back onto our knees. Refine that breath. If you have blankets, you can put them under your butt. Elevate a little bit if that's uncomfortable. Relax shoulders. Feel your belly button knit to spine. And make it back to tabletop. Right foot's going to step over to the left, and we're going to hinge in and out on those hips. Circling, little stretch. Back to tabletop. We're going to flex that knee, lift that leg, opening up the hips. They also call this the dog peeing on a fire hydrant. You can see why. All right, other side. Left foot straight out. Step it over to the right and hinge in and out. Feels nice. And bring that leg up into the fire hydrant and lift. Open up. We'll make our way to down dog. Really aliven the hands. You're pressing, you have wide suction hands. We're going to lift the hips high, let the head drop. I'll show you guys. So if seems like you're pressing a lot into the wrist, try to press up. If your wrists are jamming in to the mat, you want to have a straight line from the fingers up the arms. So just let your head drop. Breathe into down dog. You can bend one knee, then the other. Kind of walk it out like you're getting ready for a race, a runner for the Olympics. Gaze up to your hands. We'll walk. Find a forward fold at the top of the mat. Aliven the feet, bend the knees, slowly roll the spine, one vertebrae at a time, all the way up to standing. Let's find our mountain pose. Feet hips width apart. Shoulders relaxed. Reconnect to your breath. Reconnect to your body. Start at the feet, feeling the feet suction into the mat. We have a little bend in the knees. Hips aren't super tight forward and they're not sticking back. We want to find that line where our spine and our body's going straight up to the sky. Belly button's knit to spine. Chest is bright, but we're not sticking it out and we're not hunching. We want the perfect line continuing straight up. Shoulders relaxed. Palms open to receive. Head tall. Chin parallel to the ground. So this mountain pose is our basis from where we get all of our postures from. So breathe here, feel here. Feel what it's like to be confident and strong, courageous in your mountain pose. Sweep the arms wide and high, all the way to the sky. Interlace your fingers, pointers up to the sky. We're going to hinge at the hips, tick-tock side to side. Keep the gaze up. Release those hands, take a big swan dive. Find that forward fold again. Let the head hang. And just take a couple breaths here in your fold. Really let everything relax. Take your feet wider to the edges of the mat. So we're in a little mini straddle. Grab your elbows, let your head hang. And just let the head release. Shake it yes. Shake it no. Swirl it around. Release that neck and head how you like. And release the arms. Take another couple breaths here. In fold. Aliven the feet, a little bend in the knees, and slowly roll back up to standing. Put our weight into our right foot. We're going to start class with a little bit of a treat. Left foot, I mean. Yeah, weight in your left foot. Right foot's going to come into the shin. So this leg is going to open up and your foot's going to go right to your shin. So you have a little kickstand if you lose your balance. And then try to find your balance. Grounding through that standing foot, picturing little roots growing through the earth. We're going to take this foot up into the thigh. If that's too much, put it back. See where we're at today. Woo! Thursdays may not be our best balancing day. It's all right. Maybe Wednesday was it. Feel the hip open. Feel yourself ground. Maybe the arms are out. Maybe they're high tree branches. Find your expression. Holding, grounding, rooting into our tree for 3, 2, and drop that foot down. Shift the weight around. Weight's in the right foot. Left foot up to the shin. Find your balance. Woo! Yeah, we may have a fun side to do. It's all right. You know, I got an extra couple pounds up in this belly, so my balancing's not that great. Just go with where you're at. Maybe we move the foot up into the thigh and ground. Picture those roots growing out that foot, growing tree branches. A beautiful oak, maybe we're a weeping willow. Find your tree of the day. Your full expression for 3, 2, and release. Palms to heart center. Shift those ankles out. Relax the shoulders. Reconnect to your breath. A deep breath. Let it all out. Sweep the arms wide and high. Gaze up. Exhale, big swan dive. Find that forward fold. Plant the hands. Step our feet back to plank. You can vinyasa through or just shift to down dog. If you can vinyasa, go for it. I can't show you guys one, so I'm just going to shift straight to down dog. Breathing here, continuing to walk out your dog. Shifting those hips side to side like you're preparing for the Olympics that we don't have going on. Let's take that right leg high to the sky. Circle the ankle around, open up the hip and drop that leg behind you. You can continue to circle. Gaze up to your hands. We're going to take a low lunge. So step that foot up in between the hands, drop that back knee, and make your way to a low lunge. This knee's right over ankle. Weight's right here. We're feeling a stretch into this hip flexor. If it's too much, you can be down here like this. If that felt good, you can be up here. Press torso away from your knee. Feel that full body opening, that stretch. Sweep arms high, gaze up. And release arms behind us. Interlace fingers, take a deep breath in. Exhale, bow. Arms up, head drops. Release hands. We're going to heel toe, hands onto the left side, heel toe that foot over to the right for lizard. You can use your arm to open that hip up a little bit. Your foot can even turn over onto its top. This may be too much. You may be up here. Breathing into any openness that we're creating. The hips hold all kinds of tensions, trauma, past stuff that we don't want to hold on to. So we want to open them up, breathe into it. All right, shift back. We're going to straighten and flex that front foot. Inhale with a bright chest. Exhale, take a pike fold over that straight leg. Keeping feet alive, energy flowing up and down that leg. Let's use our foot to wave. Give the hip socket a little massage. And walk it back up. Plant the hands, step both feet back to plank. Engage core. Notice if you're in your plank and you're dumping into it, we want to engage. I'd rather you have your butt up, more level, than dumping into it. Breathing, you can vinyasa through or exhale back to down dog. Take a deep breath here in down dog. Kick that left foot high to the sky. Open up the hips, drop that leg behind you. Circle your foot around. Circle the hip. Gaze up to the top of your mat. Step that left foot up. Lower your back knee, find your lunge. This side may be different. You may feel better to be low. If you have blocks, which I'm pretty sure Walmart may have them, maybe not. Their sections were looking a little slim, but blocks are amazing. Like, I use them all the time, and now that I'm pregnant, I really do. So find where you're at. Feel that opening of that hip flexor on this side. Breathe into it. Maybe you can come on up so you can press torso back and feel the opening of that hip flexor. Get yourself set. Sweep arms up, gaze up, and release hands behind. Interlace, bright chest. Take a bow, head drops, hands high. Release hands to frame the feet. We're gonna walk, hands back, shift hips. Straighten and flex that front foot. Inhale, bright chest, straight back. Take a pike fold over that foot, keeping it alive. Breathing into the sciatic, letting your breath and your weight of your body do the work. Give that foot a wave. And release. Step both feet back to plank. Engage core and vinyasa through, or just straight to down dog. Vinyasa is lowering to plank chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale back to down dog. Gaze up to your hands, top of the mat. We're going to take a wide-legged squat jump to the top of the mat, or step. We come into Malasana. So we're talking about the bear. This is the bear pooping in the woods pose. So feet ideally flat on the ground. If that's too much, you can be on your toes. But if you can, do that. If you need some little props, you can set them under you. But we basically just want hips dropping, letting all the air and energy go into that area. If you can continue to sink, take the chest bright, palms to heart center. Breathing for 3, 2, we're gonna take a mini straddle fold. So toes forward, heels back, take your fold, breathe into those legs, release it, release everything. Interlace hands behind the back, head drops to the ground, arms go to the sky. You can add a sway, bending one knee, then the other. Release hands. Slowly roll one vertebrae back up to standing. All right, refine that to mountain. Find our beautiful pinnacle pose. Feet alive. Vibrancy going up the full body. We're equally growing up to the sky and sinking down into the earth. Equal opposite motions. Our hands are bright, so we even have energy going out. If you think of front, side, back bodies, full circumference, we want energy from us going all the directions, but then also coming into center. So take a deep breath in, let it all out. One more, take your best breath. Sweep the arms wide and high, gathering all the energy, gaze up. Biggest swan dive, find that forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Press the shins, send energy out the top of the head. We're dumping into it, or we're hunching. We want a nice, long line out the top of the head. We want to be an upside down L. Half lifts give us a nice chance to really stretch into the back body and then fold. Inhale, half lift. Nice and long. Exhale, fold. Maybe you got a little deeper. One more time. Inhale, half lift. Pressing that head out, energy out the top of the head. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step both feet back to plank. Drop the knees down. We're gonna kick our right leg out. Right hand's under our shoulder. Left foot's coming to the side, so we're coming to a side plank. You can see that. I'm just here. All right. Shoulders over my other shoulder, over my hand. So I'm gonna lift the leg up, I'm gonna tap and reach. So I'm gonna wave. Our modified side plank. We have a nice bright chest. If it seems like you're trying to reach across your face, don't do that. We want to reach bright and high. If you can, grab for that ankle. If it seems like you're off balance, make sure your hand is right under your shoulder. Open up that body for 3, 2, and release. Bring it back to center. Left side kicks out. Left hand under shoulder. We're going to peel that right arm up and find our waves. Wave and tap. A little off this morning. It's all right. But we have a nice full chest open. We're going to grab for that right foot. And it's like a half bow, a floating bow. 3, 2, and release. Make your way to plank, vinyasa, or exhale back to down dog. Breathing here, take a few couple breaths, really relaxing into your down dog. Right leg high to the sky. We're going to bring it up into pigeon. So bring that knee right behind your right wrist and drop that lower back leg to the ground. This is where blankets and blocks come in handy. Ideally, we're folding torso over this leg. We want this hip flexor open. So we're nice and folding onto the ground. Use whatever props and things that you can get into pigeon comfortably and be there for a few rounds of breath. This is a great hip opener and you'll really feel it after. I had one student, Austin, I don't know if you're on here watching, but he was like, is it even a yoga class if there's no pigeon? I don't know. I like it. If it feels super open to you, you can take your hands all the way out and let the head drop to the ground if that's available to you. Direct another deep breath to any tight places in that hips so you can open up a little bit more. Start to come on up and out of it. We're going to sink onto our right hip. Bring that left leg up and around. We're going to flex that foot. We're going to stack the legs. So ideally these would be parallel. If you're super open, these will be parallel. I'm obviously not. So I just breathe and I work with where I'm at. Feet stay flexed. And these resemble maybe logs in a fire. You'll feel some tightness in the hips here. If it feels okay, you can walk the hands forward and take a little fold. Get a little bit deeper into that hip stretch, the back sides of the hip. Start to come on up, cross the ankles, make your way back to down dog. Plant those hands. You can vinyasa through or just shift straight from plank back to down dog. Left leg up to the sky. Bring it up into pigeon. Knee behind the wrist. Lowering that back leg. So modify for you. If it feels good to bring that ankle in, do that. Ideally, this shin would be parallel with the top of the mat. That's not happening for me, so I kind of push my foot in and use blocks, blankets, things to help get that hip flexor open. As you see that leg straight back. so I can open up. Find a place where you can breathe for a few rounds of breath. Even out those hips. Take another deep breath into any tight places. Releasing any tension with your exhale. And slowly start to come on out. We're going to shift onto the left hip. Bring that right leg all the way around. Keep that foot flexed. Take it over the knee. Stack those shins. Let them fall down. If you look like this, that's okay, because as long as you're feeling something in these hips and somewhere, you're doing it right. If you feel nothing, then we may need to work on getting deeper in some areas, but if you're just starting yoga, you probably feel it. If you want to take a little fold, breathe, use that breath to take to the tensions, maybe under the sciatic, maybe on the sides of these hips here. Breathe into that area. Start to come on up. Keep those feet straight out in front of you. Flex and sit on up. If you got that pillow or blanket or something, let's sit our hips on it so we're a little bit elevated. Inhale, straight tall spine, gaze up. Exhale, fold with a flat back. So if we start to hunch over, trying to get our head to our knees, bring the chest bright. We are trying to fold, hinge, not Quasimodo it. We start to hunch, roll it back up. Inhale, straight tall spine, gaze up. Exhale, fold. This time just find a fold that feels good to you. You need to straighten the legs. Have a pillow to rest on because you have a big belly, then just modify for you. Just as a seated folds or just like forward fold standing, they do the same thing. They help our lower back, our sciatic. And we'll release. Come on up. Cross the ankles. Make your way back to plank. And shift straight to down dog or vinyasa through. Gaze up to the hands, walk, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Liven the feet, sweep the arms wide and high, all the way to the sky. Exhale, palms over heart center. Find that mountain. Step the right foot back, peel it to the earth. Hips square with the front of the mat. Sweep the arms up for warrior one. Sinking low but reaching high. The shoulders try to sneak up by the ears, pull them down. Gaze up. Exhale, shift open to warrior two. Sinking shoulders down. Notice where your torso's at. If it's any weird place, we want it to be right in the center, as if you have a string pulling that pelvis up through your spine up to the sky. So notice, if you're in any weird place, be right in the center. Refine that warrior. Let's find a little movement, tug of war, reaching forward, reaching back. Beautiful. Left elbow to our knee, right hand extends over the ear for extended side warrior. Exhale back to warrior two. Sink a little lower. Reverse the warrior, still sinking into this lunge. We're trying to come out. Still sink down, reaching high, but sinking low for 3, 2, exhale back to warrior 2. Refine that warrior and step it back up to our mountain. Notice the one leg burning. Great. Step that left leg back. Hips square with the front of the mat. Sweep the arms up. Warrior 1. Other side. Notice, do you need more room for your hips? Heel toe the one foot to the one side, the other foot to the other side. Sweep up, gaze up. Exhale, shift open to warrior 2. Now our hips are square on this way. Breathing. Shoulders down. Noticing your torso. Let's find that tug of war. Reaching. Little movement. And reach forward, elbow to the knee. Left hand extends over your ear. Chest is bright, opening up the chest. Still sinking into this lunge. Exhale back to warrior 2. Let's reverse it. Left hand drops, right hand high. Exhale back, warrior 2. And step it all the way up. Refine that mountain. Shift out the hips. Deep breath. Sweep the arms wide and high, gaze up. Big swan dive, flat back, all the way to a forward fold. Bend the knees, drop your hips, sweep the arms high for chair. So we're sinking low. We want to look down, look for our toes. If we can't see them, press those knees back. That makes us stand up a little bit. Tilt those hips. So we want to sink as low as we can, but continue to reach high as we can. Doing all the micro movements to sink into our perfect chair for 3, 2, exhale, fold. Breathe here. Plant the hands, step both feet back to plank. Vinyasa, or make your way to down dog. Keep both feet on the ground. Inhale the heels high. And on your exhale, try to drop those heels to the ground. Feeling that stretch. Bring it down to your knees. Find hero's pose. Knees are our feet. So we're standing on our knee feet, straight and tall. Right chest, tops of feet are on the ground behind us. We're gonna start to lean back. If you wanna take hands to hips, compress hips forward, lean chest back. If you're an avid yogi and open, you can reach back for heels and do a full camel. And release. Knees wide. Take our left forearm parallel with the mat. Shoulder and elbow are under each other. We're going to walk the right hand up and around and find a nice stretch. Let the head drop. Feel the shoulder. Walk it on over. Right elbow under the shoulder, parallel with the side of the mat. Left hand's going to sweep around. Let that head drop. Feel it in your shoulder blade. And release. Last couple down dogs here. Plank to down dog or vinyasa through. Right leg high to the sky. Big step up in between the hands. Windmill, left hand up, find warrior two. Straighten our front leg, standing triangle. Let's reverse it. Left hand back, right hand high. Full body open. Exhale, bring it up. We're gonna plug back with the hips, reach, 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 reach with that right hand, and then drop it on down to our shin floor. If you have a block, plant that hand, left hand high. Full triangle, Trikonasana. Slight bend in the knee, pull yourself back up. Hands to hips, we're gonna shorten our stance and turn forward. Feet alive. Prayer, or grab your elbows behind your back. Right chest, we're gonna plug back with the hips. Lead with the chest, feet are alive. Take a fold. Heads dropping. If you need to drop the hands to brace you, that's fine. Otherwise, keep hands on your back or in a prayer behind you. Breathing here, letting gravity do all the work for you. So look up, start to come up with a flat back. Weights in that right foot. Take that left hand under the right hand. Pull shoulders down. Left foot's gonna come up, over, and around for eagle. If you need a little kickstand, you can stick it there or try to tuck that foot around. We're pulling shoulders down. Growing roots through the bottom of that foot for 3, 2, and release. Sweep the arms up. We're gonna switch to the other side. Right under left this time. Right leg over left leg. Sinking into our eagle, maybe taking a little fold. 3, 2, you can use your kickstand, and release. Sweep the arms wide and high. Biggest swan dive. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Make your way to down dog. Vinyasa. Left leg high to the sky. Big step up in between the hands. Windmill, right hand up and around. Find warrior two. Getting evened out. Straighten that front leg. Right hand drops, left hand high. Reverse standing triangle. Exhale up. Plug back, back, back with those hips. Reach, reach, reach with the left hand. Drop it on down to shin, floor, block. Reach high. Pull ourselves back up. Hands to hips. We're going to shorten the stance. Turn them straight, hips to the front of the mat. Interlace hands or grab elbows behind you or take a prayer behind you. We're going to plug back with these hips. Lead with the chest. The feet are alive. Nice flat back as we make our way down to a prayer bow fold. Gravity's doing the work for us. Inhale, start to gaze up. Keep that back flat. Release back to your mountain at the top of the mat. Refind your breath. Refind your composure. Notice if you're standing all weird. Try to still be bright, alert, confident. having integrity in your postures. Another deep breath. Left hand's going to sweep up, right hand's going to sweep back. Weights in our left foot as we grab for our right foot. We're going to find dancer. So this may be enough. If we can, we're going to hinge forward, kick the foot into the hands, sweep the left arm up. If you're trying to open up like that, avoid that. We want to have the hips basically hinging straight forward. So you're looking at the ground instead of opening up to the sky. And work with where you're at today. Woo. This is my fun side today, old Thursday dancer. All right, slowly come up, release. Right hand sweeps up, left hand sweeps back. We'll grab for that left foot. Find stability and hinge forward. For 3, 2, slowly hinge back. Refine that mountain. Sweeping all the energy we can. It's big and bright. We're going to take our biggest swan dive into a blue, glorious pool. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, drop the hips, raise those arms up high for chair. Sinking the sweep back and forth. So reaching up. Exhale, sweep. Stand up, find an L. Inhale, sweep arms up, sink back to chair. Exhale, straighten the legs, sweep the arms back. Inhale, sink. Sweep the arms up, sink a little lower for 3, 2. Exhale, fold. Take a beautiful fold. Let the head drop. Breathe into the back body. Plant the hands, step the feet back. We're going to make our way all the way down to the mat. So we'll find some bridge. Feet are going to be right under our knees. I'm going to turn this way. Lay back. Let your shoulders be underneath your back, hands beside you. Feet right under those knees. So inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to sweep those hips up. See how my knees are right over my ankles? That's what we want. Pressing up, you can interlace hands underneath you. I advise not to use your hands to press up your back. You don't want to do it too far, but squeeze, 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 like somebody's taking your pelvis up to the sky for 3, 2, release, slowly roll the spine on down. Grab our feet for happy baby. You can grab a big toe, grab the edges of the feet, and just sway side to side. We're going to do a little bit different modified bridge. So take the feet wide this time to the edges of the mat. We're going to grab the sides of the mat and lift the hips up. We're going to tap side to side. Squeezing up, exhaling down. Inhale up, exhale down. We'll do that about 3 times on each. And slowly lower it down. Grab your toes, find happy baby. We'll roll up to a seat, either roll to your side or just use your momentum. Make your way back to a seat. Close your eyes. Reconnect with your breath. Reconnect with your body. Thinking back to the bear symbol, start to turn inward. Find a mini hibernation right now. Logging off, shutting down. And just letting your breath do the work. Just turn palms up on the knees, open to receive. Let the backs of the fingers be heavy, palms open. Breathe that air into your face. Let your whole face be soft and supple. And on your exhales, you're releasing tension. Take 2 of your deepest and best breaths of the day. Start to rub your fingers together. Open your eyes. Beautiful. We're going to take our feet back into a reverse tabletop. So feet are still right under our knees, hands are under our shoulders. We're going to lift the hips up, squeeze. Make sure those feet are under the knees. I'm a little off. Squeeze those hips up, gaze up. Chest is trying to be bright. Exhale, release. Take the soles of the feet together, knees wide. Grab those feet, sit up nice and tall on those sit bones, and we're just going to try and hinge at the hips. Let the chest, the torso fold over those feet. If you have a blanket or a pillow, you can use that as a prop. Just breathe into those hips. We're going to start to lay the body down. So if you can lay flat on your back to full reclined butterfly, you can do that. Otherwise, put some pillows or something behind you. If this is uncomfortable, you can just be straight into full shavasana, or you can lay on your side. But get to a laying down position that feels comfortable and nice to you to finish up class and do a couple rounds of breath. We're almost done. So get down on the ground. Find that comfy position. Close your eyes. Notice that breath. And notice how you can use your imagination to take that breath to the far reaches of your whole body, down to your tiptoes, up your legs, the torso, down the arms to the fingertips. It's swirling all around. Picture your blood veins carrying oxygen. And picture this breath bringing vibrancy throughout the inside of your body, even though you're lying still.